Surah 47. Muhammad, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Allah has caused the works of those who disbelieve and hinder people from the way of Allah to go to waste. As for those who attained to faith and did righteous works and believed in what was revealed to Muhammad, which indeed is the truth from their Lord, Allah has remitted their evil deeds and has set their condition right. That is because those who disbelieved followed falsehood, whereas those who believed followed the truth that came to them from their Lord. Thus does Allah set forth to people parables showing their true state. When you meet the unbelievers in battle, smite their necks until you have crushed them. Then bind your captives firmly. Thereafter, you are entitled to set them free, either by an act of grace or against ransom, until the war ends. That is for you to do. If Allah had so willed, He would have Himself exacted retribution from them. But He did not do so, that He may test some of you by means of others. As for those who are slain in the way of Allah, He shall never let their works go to waste. He will guide them and set their condition right, and will admit them to paradise with which He has acquainted them. Believers, if you aid Allah, He will come to your aid and will plant your feet firmly. As to those who disbelieve, perdition lies in store for them, and Allah has reduced their works to naught. That was because they were averse to what Allah had revealed, so He let their works go to waste. Have they not journeyed through the land to see the end of those who went before them? Allah utterly destroyed them. These unbelievers are doomed to the same end. That is because Allah is the protector of the believers, whereas the unbelievers have none to protect them. Allah shall admit those who believe and do righteous works to the gardens beneath which rivers flow. As for the unbelievers, they enjoy the pleasures of this transient life and eat as cattle eat. The fire shall be their resort. O Prophet, how many are the cities that had greater power than your city that drove you out? We destroyed them, and there was none to protect them. Then can he who is on a clear guidance from his Lord be like him whose evil deeds have been embellished to him, and who pursued their lusts? Here is the parable of paradise, which the God-fearing have been promised. In it shall be rivers of incorruptible water, rivers of milk unchanging in taste, and rivers of wine, a delight to those that drink, and rivers of pure honey. In it they will have every kind of fruit as well as forgiveness from their Lord. Can such be like those who will abide in the fire and will be given a boiling water to drink that will tear their bowels apart? Among them some give ear to you, but no sooner do they leave your presence than they ask those endowed with knowledge, "What is it that he said just now?" Such are those whose hearts Allah has sealed and who pursue their lusts. As for those who are led to the guidance, Allah increases them in their guidance and causes them to grow in God-fearing. Are they waiting then for anything else than the last hour to suddenly come upon them? Already, some of its tokens have come, but when it does actually come upon them, where will any time be left for them to take heed? Know, therefore, O Prophet, that there is no God but Allah, and ask forgiveness for your shortcomings, and also for the shortcomings of believing men and believing women. Allah knows the places where you move about and where you dwell. The believers used to say, "Why is a surah that would ordain fighting not revealed?" But when a definitive surah was revealed wherein fighting was mentioned, you saw that those in whose hearts there was a sickness looked at you as though they were about to faint at the approach of death. Pity on them. They keep affirming their obedience and saying good words, but when a course of action was clearly determined, it would have been better for them if they had proved true to Allah. Now, if you were to turn away, what else can be expected but that you will work corruption in the land and fly at each other's throats? It is these upon whom Allah has laid His curse, so He made them deaf and deprived them of their sight. Do they then not reflect on the Quran, or are there locks on their hearts? Certainly, those who have turned their backs on the true guidance after it became manifest to them, Satan has embellished their ways for them and has buoyed them up with false hopes. This because they said to those who are averse to the faith that Allah has revealed, "In some matters we shall obey you." Allah has full knowledge of their secret parleys. But how will they fare when angels will take their souls at death and will carry them striking their faces and backs? That is because they have followed a way that angered Allah and have been averse to His good pleasure. So He reduced all their works to naught. Or do they, in whose hearts there is a sickness, believe that Allah will not bring their failings to light? If we were to so will, we could have shown them to you, so that you would recognize them by their faces, and you would certainly know them by the manner of their speech. Allah knows all your deeds. We shall certainly test you until we know those of you who truly strive and remain steadfast, and will ascertain about you. Those who disbelieved and barred others from Allah's way and opposed the Messenger after the true guidance had become manifest to them, they shall not be able to cause Allah the least harm. Rather, Allah will reduce all their works to naught. Believers, obey Allah and obey the Messenger, and do not cause your works to be nullified. Verily, Allah shall not forgive those who disbelieved and barred others from Allah's way and clung to their unbelief until their death. So be not faint-hearted and do not cry for peace. You shall prevail. Allah is with you and will not bring your works to naught. The life of this world is but sport and amusement. If you believe and are God-fearing, He will grant you your reward and will not ask you for your possessions. If He were to ask you for your possessions and press you in that regard, you would have grown niggardly, and Allah would have brought your failings to light. Behold, you are those who are called upon to spend in Allah's way, but some of you are niggardly. Whoever is niggardly is in fact niggardly to himself, for Allah is all-sufficient, whereas it is you who are in need of Him. If you turn away, He will replace you by a people other than you, and they will not be like you.